Casa de Jawando. And this is bilingual storytime day today. We've got my good buddy, Councilmember Gabe Alvernaz here. And so, but my girls wanted to say hello. So they're each going to say their name and how old they are and say hi to everybody on virtual storytime, starting with Ava.
Hi, my name's Ava, and I'm 6 years old.
Wade.
Hi, my name's Addison, and I'm 7 years old.
Hi, my name's Aaliyah, and I'm 10 years old.
Are you really?
No,
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
How old is Aaliyah for
Fine,
real?
I'm
She's
9.
9
9.
years.
Always trying to be older. Always trying to be older.
I'm always smaller.
So thank you guys for coming. They're going to maybe join us a little later. This is their playroom behind us. So they're not going to play right now because we're going to do story time. But hopefully everyone can hear us and you're having a good time. And I'm sorry we're late, but we had to get everything set up for doing it at home today. So girls, thank you very much. I'll see you later.
You're welcome.
Say bye to
I'm
everybody.
so excited. This is my first time when I don't have to watch it.
And I still have Mr. Monkey. So yes, say bye to Mr. Monkey. My buddy, Councilmember Gabe Alvernaz is here with us. Gabe, are you there?
I am.
Okay, awesome. So I'm hearing you come out of my iPad here, so we might need to, how do we fix that? Because I'm hearing him come out of my iPad. So you might hear a little echo. So I'm okay with that, but I just want to make sure that we're not having that issue. All right, so here we go. Let's start. So welcome back. We have one book today, but it's a long book and it's a very cool book. One of my kids' favorite books, and we're going to do it in English and Spanish, like we normally do with Councilmember Alvernaz. And it's called Island Born, and it's a really cool book, illustrated by Leo Espinosa and written by Hunat Diaz. And it's an awesome book. And so we're going to read that, go back and forth, English, Spanish, to get through this book. And so we thank the authors and our great permission of Dial Books for letting us read this book, because we're excited about it. And so I want to give some shout outs, and then I'll let Councilmember Alvernaz say shout outs to whoever he wants to. I'm sorry we were not able to do a live story time yesterday. We had to share an old story time. We are in the middle of deciding how to spend the budget for the county. And as you know, with everything going on, it's a really important task to make sure we take care of people and keep them safe. So we had a big, long session yesterday. And so sorry to miss you, but we're back today, and we're going to make sure we try not to miss any next week. So I'd like to say a shout out because of that. We don't have any shout outs because we didn't do our actual story time. So hi to everybody. And we'll sing our welcome song real quick, and then we'll get right into our book. But Councilmember Alvernaz, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Well, I want to say hi to my beautiful family, who I think is going to be tuning in or will be soon. And I want to just send a shout out to everybody who's on the front lines working so hard on all our behalfs.
Amen. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've got a lot of courageous folks that are doing a lot of work to keep us safe. So we want to say thank you to all of them. All right. Let's do our welcome song, and then we'll get into the reading of our book. And thanks for bearing with us as we have a new set today. All right. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. With our friends, it's story time. We clap and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With our friends, it's story time. We wave and sing hello. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. All right. So let's see, Gabe. Why don't I start, and then I'll go read the first page. You read, and then you read the first page. Does that work? That works perfectly. All right. All righty. Here we go. Island Born. So this book is just to give you a little context. This is about a young lady named Lola, and everyone in her school was from somewhere else. Faraway places. So when her teacher asked her to draw a picture of where their families came from, all the kids were excited about it except for Lola. So she's going to talk about where she came from, her island, and her experience. And we're going to learn a little bit about that in this book. All right, Island Born. Every kid in Lola's school was from somewhere else. Hers was the school of faraway places. Mai was from a city so big, it was like its own country. India and Camilla were from a stony village at the tippy top of the world. Mateo, I know a Mateo.
Yeah.
I think Councilmember Robert knows a Mateo, had lived in a desert so hot, the cactus even fainted. Oh my goodness. Nu was born in a jungle famous for its tigers and its poets. And Lola was from the island.
Todos los niños de la escuela de Lola venían de otra parte. Era una escuela de lugares lejanos. Mai era de una ciudad tan grande que casi era un país. India y Camila eran de una aldea de piedra en la cima del mundo. Mateo había vivido en un desierto tan caluroso que incluso los cactus se desmayaban. Nu había nacido en una selva famoso por sus tigres y sus poetas. Y Lola era de la isla.
All right. I'm up, I think.
Yeah.
So when her teacher, Mrs. Obi, told the class, please draw a picture of the country you are originally from, your first country, and bring it in tomorrow. Everyone got super excited. I'm going to put in pyramids, said Dahlia. And I'll draw a canal this long, Franklin said. There's going to be a mongoose in mine, Nelson yelled. Nelson always yelled. Everyone was talking about their drawings. Everyone but Lola. Lola, you see, loved to draw, but she had left the island when she was just a baby. So she didn't remember any of it.
Así que cuando la maestra, la señorita Obi, le dijo a la clase, por favor, hagan un dibujo de su lugar de origen, de su país natal y tráiganlo mañana. Todos se entusiasmaron mucho. Yo voy a poner pirámides, dijo Dahlia, y yo voy a dibujar un canal así de largo, dijo Franklin. En el mío voy a dibujar una mangosta, gritó Nelson. Nelson siempre gritaba. Todos conversaban entusiasmados sobre sus dibujos, todos menos Lola. A Lola le encantaba dibujar, pero verás, ella había dejado la isla siendo apenas un bebé y no recordaba nada.
Lola raised her hand. She hated raising her hand almost as much as she hated Nelson's yelling. Miss, what if you don't remember where you're from? She said. What if you left before you could start remembering? No problema, Miss Obi said. Are there people around you who do remember? Like my whole neighborhood? Lola said. And they're always talking about the island. Well then, Miss Obi started. Maybe. But Lola finished her sentence. I should talk to everyone who does remember. I should draw from their memories. That's a very good plan, Lola, Miss Obi said with a smile.
Lola levantó la mano. Odiaba levantar la mano casi tanto como los gritos de Nelson. Señorita, ¿qué pasa si uno no se acuerda del lugar de donde es? Y si uno se fue antes de poder recordar. No te preocupes, le dijo la señorita Obi. ¿Conoces a alguien que se acuerde? Claro, todos en mi barrio, dijo Lola. No paran de hablar de la isla. Entonces comenzó a decir la señorita Obi, a lo mejor Lola se adelantó y no le dejó terminar. Debo hablar con las personas que conozco y se acuerdan. Sus historias me ayudarán. Me parece muy buena idea, Lola, dijo la señorita Obi con una sonrisa.
Lola started feeling better about the assignment. But then she saw all the other kids chatting excitedly about what they were going to draw. And it made her sad. Everybody was remembering their first home, even Nelson, who forgot everything. Nelson even forgot his last name once for like an hour. Lola had always wanted to remember the island, but no matter how hard she tried, she never could. It was like a familiar word just at the tip of your tongue. But instead of a word, this was an entire world. Lola closed her eyes and tried to recall anything about the island, but nothing came up.
Lola comenzó a sentirse mejor acerca de la tarea, pero entonces vio a los otros niños que conversaban alegres sobre sus países de nacimiento y se puso triste. Todos se acordaban, incluso Nelson, que todo le olvidaba. En una ocasión, Nelson se olvidó de su apellido durante una hora. Lola siempre había querido recordar la isla, aunque por más que lo intentaba, no lo lograba. Era como una palabra que tienes en la punta de la lengua, pero en lugar de una palabra, era un mundo entero. Lola cerró los ojos e intentó recordar algo de la isla y no le vino nada a la mente.
She kept trying all through the school day. To help her focus, she put her fingers on the sides of her head, like her abuela's psychic sometimes did. Gabe, I think you're up on that.
Got it. Concentrarse todo el día en la escuela. Y para lograrlo se puso los dedos a ambos lados de la cabeza, igual que hacía el espiritista de su abuela.
Are you okay? Her cousin Leticia asked her as they walked home from school together that day. I have to draw a picture of the island, Lola explained, but I was just a baby when we left. Prima, you have to help me. I don't remember a lot either, except for the bats. Uh-oh. They were as big as blankets, and they used to chase after me at night. Blanket bats! Ah! Mr. Monkey, we're scared. Lola pulled out her notebook and began to sketch.
¿Está bien?, le preguntó su prima Leticia mientras caminaban juntas de la escuela a la casa. Tengo que hacer un dibujo de la isla, le explicó Lola, pero no era más que un bebé cuando nos fuimos. Prima, tienes que ayudarme. Es que yo tampoco me acuerdo de muchas cosas, excepto de los murciélagos como mantas y me persiguían de noche. ¿Murciélagos manta?, dijo Lola. Sacó su cuaderno y dibujó algo.
Very cool. Leticia stopped Mrs. Bernard, who always sold them crispy empanadas after school. Mrs. Bernard, what do you remember most about the island? Lola asked, or Leticia asked. Why, the music, of course. The whole country is like the inside of a guerra. Now, Gabe's going to help me with that word. Like the inside of a drum. You mean like our neighborhood, Lola said? The neighborhood had so much music. It was like a radio with the dial broken off. On the island, there's even more music. There's more music than air. Wow. And everyone is always dancing. Even in their sleep, people dance. Sleep dancing, Lola sketched.
Se detuvo a saludar a la señora Bernard, que siempre les vendía empanadas crujientes a la salida de la escuela. Señora Bernard, ¿qué es lo más que recuerdas de la isla? La música, claro. Todo el país es como el interior de una guirra, como el interior de un tambora. ¿Quiere decir cómo en nuestro barrio, dijo Lola, se escuchaba tanta música en el barrio que era como si el dial de la radio se hubiera roto? En la isla todavía se oye más música. Hay más música que aire y todo el mundo siempre está bailando. Incluso cuando duermen, bailan. Bailarines sonámbulos, dibujó Lola.
Leticia led Lola into the barbershop. Now, if you haven't noticed, I've got a little something going on here. I hope it's growing. Hopefully you're okay. That her brother, Jonathan, owned. Lola has to do an assignment about the island. She needs to know what you remember about it. Huepa, said Jonathan, laughing. The agua de coco. How wonderful it tastes when you drink it right from the coconut. Mr. Rodriguez sat up in his chair. And the mangoes that are the size of your head, they make you, and so sweet, they make you want to cry. Lola said she loved mangoes. That's it, exactly.
Leticia llevó a Lola hasta la barbería de su hermano Jonathan. I need a haircut too, Will. Lola tiene que hacer una tarea sobre la isla. Necesita que le cuentes todo lo que recuerdas. ¡Huepa! Dijo Jonathan, riéndose. El agua de coco y lo sabroso que sabe si la bebes directamente de la fruta. El señor Rodríguez se enderezó en la silla, y los mangos como el tamaño de una cabeza, y muy dulces, tantos que casi te dan ganas de llorar. Preguntó Lola, y a ella le encantaban los mangos. Así es.
I love mangoes too. How about you, Gabe?
Oh, I sure do. I love them in smoothies and just, with a little chili powder on it. Bam. Yeah.
I know.
Really
we're almost going to be able to, we're heading to the season here. So that's good.
Right.
How much color there is, said the woman waiting with her son. Colorful cars, colorful houses, flowers everywhere. Even the people are like a rainbow. Every shade ever made. Like us in here, Lola said. Even more color, the woman said. Agua, mango heads, rainbow people. Lola was trying to keep up. The island sounds so beautiful. Why did we ever leave? Well, it isn't all beautiful, the woman's son said. The heat is on you like 5 bullies. Ooh. The oldest barber muttered, and other things. Like what? Lola wanted to ask, but the oldest barber had already turned away.
Todo el corrido de alrededor, dijo una señora que esperaba con su hijo. Carros de todos los colores, casas de todos los colores, flores por todas partes. Incluso la gente es como un gran arcoíris, todos los colores del mundo. Igual que nosotros aquí, dijo Lola. Más colores aún, contestó la señora. Agua, mango, gente de color del arco iris. Lola trataba de tomar nota de todo. Si la isla es tan bella, ¿por qué entonces nos fuimos? Bueno, no todo es una belleza, dijo el hijo de la señora. El calor te pega tan fuerte como 5 bravucones a la vez. Y otras cosas también, comentó el bárbaro más viejo. ¿Cómo qué? Lola hubiese querido preguntar, pero el viejo bárbaro ya se habrá dado la vuelta.
All right. In the lobby of their building, the cousins ran into Mr. Murr, the superintendent. Leticia called out, "Hey, Mr. Murr, can you tell us what you remember about the island?" "Nobody cares about that old stuff," Mr. Murr grumbled. "Just be glad that you live here." "Don't listen to him," Leticia said. "Keep going and call me later if you need help, okay?" "I will," Lola said.
En el vestíbulo de su edificio, las primas se encontraron con el señor Mr. El Super. Leticia lo llamó. Señor Mr., ¿nos puede contar lo que más recuerda de la isla? ¿Y a quién le importa? Gruñó el señor Mir. Alégrate de vivir aquí. Alégrate de vivir aquí. No le hagas caso, dijo Leticia. Sube y llámame más tarde. Si necesitas mi ayuda. Así lo haré, contestó Lola.
When Lola got into the elevator, she put her fingers on her temples and closed her eyes. "Island," she called, like it was a cat. "Island." But like a cat, the island did not come.
Tan pronto entró al elevador, se puso los dedos sobre las sienes y cerró los ojos. Isla. Llamo como si tratara de un gato, pero al igual que un gato, la isla no apareció.
At home, Lola found her abuela at the kitchen table, trying to finish. Abuela loved puzzles. "Abuela, I'm supposed to draw a picture of the island for school, but I don't remember it. Why don't I remember it?" "Hija, you were just a baby when you left, but the other kids remember. Just because you don't remember a place doesn't mean it's not in you." "Will you tell me what you remember most?" Lola asked.
En la casa, Lola encontró a abuela sentada a la mesa del comedor, tratando de armar un rompecabezas. A abuela le encantaban los rompecabezas. "Abuela, tengo que hacer un dibujo de la isla para el colegio, pero no lo acuerdo." ¿Por qué no lo acuerda? ¿Por qué no lo acuerdo? "Hija, eras apenas un bebé cuando te fuiste, pero los otros niños sí que sé que a ellos sí se acuerdan. Que no recuerdas un lugar no significa que no es parte de ti. ¿Puedes contarme lo que más recuerdas de ella?"
Wow, look at that. That's pretty. "Of course. What I remember most is the beaches," Abuela said. "Hija, our beaches are poetry. You know when you hear your favorite poem? That's how it is to be on our beaches. Fish jump from the waves into your lap. And at sunset sometimes, the dolphins will come out of the water to bow goodnight. And up north where I'm from, there are even whales in the surf. beach poetry, dolphins, surfing whales. Lola sketched as fast as she could.
Claro, lo que más recuerdo son las playas. Mi niña, nuestras playas son poesía, como cuando oyes tu poema favorito. Así es estar en nuestras playas. Los peces saltan con las olas y caen en un regazo, y al atardecer a veces los dolfines salen del mar para darte las buenas noches. En el norte, de donde soy yo, incluso puedes ver ballenas saltar entre las olas. Playas poéticas, delfines, ballenas que saltan. Lola dibujaba tan rápido como podía.
Beautiful. That's on the top of my list when we get out of quarantine and everyone's safe to get to a beach.
Yes,
How about you?
me too.
Lola's mother stuck her head in from the kitchen. Hija, what I remember most is the hurricane that hit the island right after you were born. Like the biggest, baddest wolf of all. It huffed and it puffed and it blew thousands of houses into the sky. Where were we? Lola asked, her eyes wide. We were hiding under the bed, is where we were, Abuela said. That's right, her mother said. And you know what? You never cried once. You were such a brave little girl. I wish I could remember that, Lola sighed. Well, it happened, her mother said. You might not remember the island, but it remembers you.
La mamá de Lola se asomó desde la cocina. Hija, lo que yo más recuerdo es el ciclón que azotó de la isla al poco tiempo de que tú nacieras, como el más grande y feroz de todos los lobos. Sopló y respoló y miles de casas hacía de cielo lanzó. ¿Dónde estábamos nosotros? Preguntó Lola con los ojos bien abiertos. Estábamos debajo de la cama, le dijo su abuela. Así es, continuó su mamá. ¿Y sabes qué? No lloraste ni una sola vez. Una niña valiente de verdad. ¿Cuánto me gustaría acordarme de eso? Dijo Lola, suspirando. Bueno, sucedió, le dijo su mamá. Puede que no recuerdas la isla, pero ella sí que te recuerda a ti.
That was scary.
Mm-hmm.
You should really talk to Mr. Murr, Abuela suggested. Or Mir. He knows more about the island than almost anybody. We tried asking him, Lola said, but he didn't want to help. Mr. Mir can be a little grouchy sometimes. Let me talk to Mrs. Mir. I bet we can get him to help. Abuela called downstairs and shouted at Mrs. Mir, who then shouted at Mr. Mir. That happens a lot, husband and wife. The old people were always shouting at each other. That's how they talked. Maybe Nelson was an old person in training. Remember Nelson? Go on down, Abuela said. Mr. Mir said he would try to help.
Debes hablar con el señor Mir, le sugirió abuela. Conoce más de la isla que ninguna otra persona de por aquí. Tratamos de preguntarle, dijo Lola, pero no quiso ayudarnos. El señor Mir a veces puede ser un poco gruñón. Déjame hablar con la señora Mir. Estoy segura de que podemos conversarlo. Abuela llamó y el tono de su voz aumentó al hablar con la señora Mir, quien a su vez hizo lo mismo al dirigirse a su esposo. Las personas mayores siempre se gritan unas a otras. Así es como hablaban. A lo mejor Nelson se estaba entrenando para cuando fuese viejo. Baja, dijo abuela. El señor Mir dijo que trataría de ayudarte.
Lola was a little nervous, but that didn't stop her from knocking on the super's door. Mr. Mir let her in. Look how big you've gotten, Lola. Mr. Muir in his workshop? Go right in, said Mrs. Muir.
Lola estaba un poco nerviosa, pero eso no impidió que llamara a la puerta del súper. La señora Muir le abrió la puerta. Hay que ver cuánto has crecido, Lola. El señor Muir está en su taller. Puedes pasar.
Mr. Muir looked up from the contraption he was fixing. Your grandma says you've been interviewing people about the island. Lola nodded nervously. Yes, sir. It's for a class assignment. What have they told you? She flipped through her sketches. Bat blankets, more music than air, fruit that makes you cry, beach poems, and a hurricane like a wolf. I see, Mr. Muir said. So no one told you about the monster? Lola's eyes got wide. She shook her head. No. Even those who know don't always want to talk about him. Mr. Muir turned toward the old worn map he had of the island. Our island has always been a beautiful place, he said. It was when I was your age, and it is today. But even the most beautiful place can attract a monster. A long time ago, long before you were even born, that's exactly what happened. A monster fell upon our poor island. For once, Lola's pencil didn't move.
El señor Muir levantó la vista del artefacto que estaba arreglando. Tu abuela dice que has estado entrevistando a la gente acerca de la isla. Lola asintió nerviosamente. Sí, señor. Es una tarea del colegio. ¿Y qué te han contado? Repasó sus dibujos. Murciélagos, manta, más música que aire, fruta que te hace llorar, playas poéticas y un ciclón como un lobo. Ya veo, dijo el señor Muir. Así que nadie te ha hablado del monstruo. A Lola se agrandaron los ojos. Dijo no con la cabeza. Entiendo, incluso los que conocen la historia no siempre quieren hablar de él. El señor Muir se volvió hacia el viejo mapa de la isla que tenía. Nuestra isla siempre ha sido un lugar precioso, pero los menos lo era cuando yo tenía tu edad. Y lo es también hoy día. Pero aún lugares más hermosas pueden atraer a un monstruo. Hace mucho tiempo, mucho antes de que tú nacieras, eso fue exactamente lo que ocurrió. Un monstruo cayó sobre nuestra pobre isla. Por primera vez, el lápiz de Lola no se movió.
It was the most dreadful monster anyone had ever seen. The whole island was terrified, and no one could defeat it. It was just too strong. For 30 years, the monster did as it pleased. It could destroy an entire town with a single word and made a whole family disappear simply by looking at it. Lola's curly hair was uncurling with fear. Did you see the monster, Mr. Muir? Yes, all the time, he said. Were you scared? We were all very scared.
Era el monstruo más terrible que jamás nadie había visto. La isla entera estaba atemorizada y nadie podía con él. Era muy poderoso. Durante 30 años el monstruo hizo lo que quiso. Podía destruir un pueblo completo con solo una palabra y hacer desaparecer a toda una familia simplemente con mirarla. El cabello encrespado de Lola se deslizaba del miedo que tenía. ¿Usted vio al monstruo, señor Muir? Sí, lo veía todo el tiempo. ¿Y tenía miedo? Todos teníamos mucho miedo.
Lola's heart was pounding. So was mine. So what happened next, Mr. Muir? what should always happen to monsters, he said. Heroes rose up, strong, smart young women, just like you, Lola, and a few strong, smart young men, too. They got tired of being afraid and fought the monster. What a titanic battle that was. The whole island shook from their struggle. The monster tried all of its evil tricks, but in the end, the heroes found the monster's weakness and banished it forever.
El corazón de Lola comenzó a latir con fuerza. Señor Muir, ¿qué sucedió después? Lo que siempre le sucede a los monstruos. Se levantaron héroes, mujeres jóvenes, valientes y capaces, como tú, Lola, y también hombres jóvenes, audaces y fuertes. Se cansaron de vivir atemorizados y lucharon contra el monstruo. Fue una batalla titánica. Toda la isla se estremeció con la lucha. El monstruo puso a prueba todos sus malévolos trucos, pero al final los héroes encontraron el lado débil del monstruo y lo hicieron desaparecer de la isla para siempre.
So Gabe, I hear you might have a radio interview or something. This is a long book, so we have about 10 pages left or something. Do you want to finish or do you need to go?
It's okay. I was able to push it back a little bit, so we're
okay,
good.
Good.
I've got until
All right,
12:30.
All right, good. I think we can do it. We're getting to the best part here. So
That's right.
Why, oh, Lola whispered. What happened to the heroes? No one knows, really. It was so long ago, Mr. Muir took off his glasses and sighed. Anyway, you should get back upstairs. It's getting close to dinner time. Thank you, Mr. Muir, Lola said. Thank you for all of your help.
Wow, susurró Lola. ¿Y qué les pasó a los héroes? Nadie las sabe en realidad. Fue hace mucho tiempo, dijo el señor Muir. Se quitó los lentes y suspiró. Ahora creo que debe subir. Es casi la hora de cenar. Gracias, señor Muir, dijo Lola. Muchas gracias por toda su ayuda.
How did it go? Lola's mother asked. It was really good. Lola looked at the blank page in her hands.
¿Cómo te fue?, le preguntó su mamá. Muy bien, dijo Lola, observando el papel en blanco que tenía en las manos.
Lola spent the rest of the night drawing the island. She started out with one page, but she needed more room. So she added another page and then another. And soon she had a book. She worked through dinner and she worked in bed. And was just finishing the last touches on the cover when her abuela came in to check on her.
Lola pasó el resto de la tarde dibujando la isla. Comenzó con una página, pero necesitaba más espacio. Así que añadió otra página y luego otra, y pronto tenía un libro. Trabajó durante la cena y trabajó en la cama. Ya le estaba dando los toques finales a la cubierta cuando entró su abuela para ver si todo estaba bien.
Abuela picked up a drawing of the final battle, and she got really still.
Abuela cogió el papel con el dibujo de la última batalla y se quedó muy quieta.
Abuela, did you know about the monster? Lola asked. Of course, hija. Why do you think so many of us are here in the north? Lola put her arms around her abuela. You must have been so scared. Sometimes we were, her abuela whispered. But we were also brave.
Abuela, ¿tú sabías del monstruo? Sí, hija. ¿Por qué piensas que tantos de nosotros estamos aquí en el norte? Lola rodeó con sus brazos a la abuela. ¿Habrán pasado mucho miedo? A veces sí, pero también fuimos valientes.
Oh, it's snowing. The next day it snowed. Lola put on her scarf in her boots and stuffed her assignment under her coat. Benedición, mami. Benedición, abuela. Benedición, hija. They both called, good luck. Mr. Muir was pushing garbage cans against the curb. Thank you, Mr. Muir. Slayer of monsters, he laughed. Good luck, Lola, daughter of heroes.
Al día siguiente nevaba. Lola se puso la bufanda y las botas y guardó su tarea dentro de su abrigo. Bendición, mami, bendición, abuela, bendición, hija, dijeron los dos. Buena suerte. En ese momento el señor Mir sacaba los latones del basura a la acera. Gracias, señor Mir. El monstruoso. Buena suerte, Lola, dijo de hija de héroes, dijo el señor Mir sonriendo.
In class, all the students were buzzing about their pictures. Nelson's mother had baked cupcakes for everyone, so it was like a little party. Mrs. Obie hung the drawings on the wall. Now our classroom has windows, she said. Anytime you want to look out at one another's first homes, all you have to do is look at one of our windows.
En el aula, todos los niños hablaban de sus dibujos. La mamá de Nelson había hecho bizcochitos para todos, así que era como una pequeña fiesta. La señorita Obie colocó los dibujos en la pared. Ahora nuestra clase tiene ventanas, dijo ella. Cada vez que quieren ver al país de un compañero, solo tienen que mirar a través de ella.
Then Miss Obie reached Lola's desk. So how did it go, Lola? Were you able to remember anything? I tried really, really hard, but nothing came, and that made me feel bad. But then I realized that I don't have to feel bad, because even if I'd never set foot on the island, it doesn't matter. The island is me. That's such a great point. Nelson snorted. That is so corny. It is not. Nelson, be nice, Miss Obie said. She and the other students gathered around Lola's desk. Nelson made sure he got real close so that he could see everything. Lola suddenly got nervous. Go ahead, Lola, show us. Okay, Lola said, taking a deep breath. She opened her book.
Entonces la señorita Obie se acercó al pupitre de Lola. ¿Cómo te fue, Lola? ¿Pudiste recordar algo? En realidad lo intenté de verdad, pero no me acordaba de nada. Y eso me entristeció. Pero entonces me di cuenta de que no tenía que sentirme triste, porque incluso aunque nunca llegué a poner un pie en la isla, no importa. La isla siempre estará dentro de mí. ¡Qué tontería!, respondió Nelson. No lo es. Nelson, portate bien. La señorita Obie y los demás alumnos rodearon al pupitre de Lola. Nelson se aseguró de ponerse cerca para poder verlo todo. De repente, Lola se puso nerviosa. A ver, Lola, muéstranos tu trabajo. Ok, dijo Lola. Respiró hondo y abrió el libro.
And we can do this together.
Yeah.
And out burst the island.
Y de páginas brotó la isla.
It's so beautiful.
It is.
I know you have to go, but I this book, particularly for me, is always a reminder. You know, both Councilmember Arnaz and I, my dad is from Nigeria and came to this country, and I was born here. And I didn't go to Nigeria for the first time, which is in the continent of Africa, until I was 19. But I always felt it inside of me. And this just so starkly reminds me of that. I don't know if you feel the same way, but.
Oh, very much so. My dad is from Ecuador and my mom is from Chile. And I remember going to Ecuador with my dad and my mom, and my dad just getting so emotional, showing me the farm that his aunt lived in, that he spent a lot of his youth in. And he showed me the neighborhood that he grew up in as well. And some of the folks that he had grown up with still live there. And then when my mom took us to Chile, she showed us the house that she grew up in and told these incredible stories. I cannot wait to take my kids on both of those trips, especially while my folks are still around. And so we have that blessing. And so I very much feel you, Will, on so many levels. And we're so fortunate that so many people work so hard to get us in the positions that we're in now. And we're going to get a chance to pass them on to our kids. And that is very
That's so true. That's so true. And I took a trip with my dad. The first time I went alone, the next time I went with him, and we got to visit my grandparents, the house he grew up in. As you said, it's just so emotional. And this week he passed away 3 years ago this week. And as my little ones come down, it's I can't wait to take them either. So take them too. So thank you. I know you have to go, but we will be back for story time on Monday. I hope everyone has a great day. And we've been joined by little William here. And so you want to say bye, girls? And we'll see you on Monday. All right. Say bye to Mr. Albanaz too.
See you guys. Bye. My kids miss you guys. Can't wait till we can get together. All right.
Yeah, we'll get together soon. Stay safe. Stay in the house, everybody.
You too.
See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.